do this without a tutorial, I said. It'll be fine, I said. Blah. Today we're learning how to do MadLibs in Python. Hello everybody, my name is Allie and welcome to the Allieverse Central YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing something I have never done before, and that is going to be a coding video. Some people don't even know what MadLibs are. You ask the player, because it's a game, you ask the player to give them like a bunch of verbs, adjectives, you know, maybe a food, maybe a name, maybe a famous person that's going into a story that they have not read yet. So we plug in all of the information that the player gives us into a story, and hopefully it ends up sounding extremely silly. That is the idea of MadLibs. So the first part of coding, this actually has nothing to do with coding. It actually has to do with writing the story itself. So I'm just going to do that in Word here. A cliche, once upon a time. Once upon a time there was a man named blank. That'll be our first variable. So the second thing, we're going to create a second variable. It's going to be activity. MailName's favorite thing to do was this activity. It's important to plan out code before you even start writing it, like an outline like I'm doing here, just so you have a generalized idea of what you're doing. Otherwise, you'll just end up not finishing your project and getting overwhelmed and quitting because you don't know what you're doing or where you're going or what the plan is. Just like me. Okay, I think I finally have a working story that we can finally plug all of these variables into. It's pretty short, just enough of a story that could work. And now comes the fun part, and that is actually taking this story and plugging in all the stuff to make code. So let's get coding. So first we're going to do a print statement that is going to introduce the player to the game. So it'll print, "Welcome to MadLibs, a silly story generator." So now we're going to do the variable. Ask for the variables, mail name equals input. And we're going to copy this and just like kind of make it a little easier on ourselves and then change the details. So that'll be mail name, that'll be activity, location, give me a name of a celebrity, just adding ends in ing so people know. Alright, so I think I've declared all the variables here properly, so it'll ask the player, it'll say, "Welcome to MadLibs," and then it'll ask for all these different variables, the name, the activity, location, occupation, celebrity, emotion, adjective, action. And then from there, we can plug in the story. So we're doing triple quotes so that I can have multiple lines. As you can see, there's going to be a lot of stuff in here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to grab our story and we're going to have to kind of rewrite it and then plug in all the different pieces. Okay, instead of the triple quotes, because I forgot, you have to put it in pieces. Man named, and then we'll put a space, and then we have to do a plus. And then we put the name of the variable, which would be mail name. And then we put another plus, then we do another quotes, and then we do another space, and we continue the story. So mail name's favorite thing to do was, and then we add plus, and then we put the name of the variable of the activity. I know there's a more efficient way to do it than a bunch of print statements, but I don't know how, so this is how we're doing it. See, I probably could merge these three print statements into one. In hindsight, I probably should have just had one print statement, but I'm in too deep now, so we're just gonna go with this. I don't know why I'm not just triple quoting everything, but I'll say, "Excuse me, but has anyone ever told you?" All of the other variables are turning red, but celebrity is staying here like it's not been declared. Okay, I'm gonna create my little debug test here, and I'm going to have it print every single variable before the story starts, just so I can see if it actually works. Let's test this out. Now normally people can just hit here and just run Python file here. I have a different way of doing it, just if I find it more immersive. So you go into the folder, not this folder, you go into the folder where it's located, you right click, you open in terminal, and then you can just put py and then the name of the file, so madlibs.py, and debug it that way. Did I not close a bracket or something? Okay, so it's saying that this is where the error is. Now I'm just making more errors. I didn't want to have a bunch of print statements, but I guess I've got a bunch of print statements. I really wanted to find a way to just shove her all into one, but I don't think I'm advanced enough in my brain to do this, so we're just gonna do a bunch of print statements. Oh well. Guess the new line function can go function itself somewhere else. Ugh. It just occurred to me that I forgot to test it. I have not tested it properly with functioning code yet, so let's have a little check. This line right here is actually my debug. So we got Bob, hiking playground, ramen chef, Bob Ross, frustrated spicy slap. So now I know that all of these are working. Celebrity. Here we need a question mark, and here we need, you gotta have that grammar. Oh, I also need a period there. Listen, if you're gonna do something like this, you need your periods and your commas and your question marks, okay? This is very important stuff, even if it is code. You need grammar! All of my attempts to fix the grammar have caused all of these errors.
Listen, I just need you to take a moment to understand how difficult it is for me to put myself out there to show you guys code that sucks, because this is my first time doing this properly, and it's not even properly because I have no tutorial. Be nice in the comment. Thankies!
The grammar has been fixed. So now that's all finished, I am just creating an executable so I can share this. Once upon a time, there was a man named Toby. Toby's favorite thing to do was ice fishing. Every single day, Toby would go out in the middle of the ocean and would go ice fishing for hours at a time. His whole life was about ice fishing. Nothing was more important than ice fishing. It was the only good thing he had in his life, in between his boring job as an IT engineer. Then, one day, he met someone who looked just like Billy Joel. Being a big fan of them, he decided to approach and say, "Excuse me, but has anyone ever told you, you look just like Billy Joel?" The person just laughed and replied, "I should hope so. I am Billy Joel." Toby gasped in excitement, nearly falling over. "I can't believe it. What are you doing here ice fishing? I never knew you liked that kind of thing." Truth be told, Billy Joel just looked off to the side, sheepishly. "This is my first time ice fishing. You seem to know what you're doing. I've been watching you for a bit. Could you give me some pointers?" Toby felt nervous. He had never felt so nervous in his entire life. But how could he say no to Billy Joel? Don't worry, I'm not going to subject you to any more of that story. But if for some reason you want to check it out, I made a little repository on GitHub that you can just help yourself to the whole batch of code. It is messy. It looks terrible. I'm honestly pretty embarrassed, but this is my first try without a tutorial. So I'm going to go look at a tutorial now, see how badly I did, and have a good chuckle. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, maybe subscribe, maybe leave a little like, leave a little comment. If you do try out this MadLibs thing for yourself, feel free to post your story in the comments as well. Okay, have a nice day. Bye-bye.